Welcome to Oof My Wallet, a production of the TF Talk Network. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more. And follow us on Patreon and all other social channels at TFYLP. Enjoy the show. Oh, it didn't work. There we go. Yeah!
Oh.
It's Oof!
We're back.
My wallet.
Oof,
like the Ghostbusters, we're back.
We are back like the Ghostbusters, tearing up your town, ruining your museums, having lots of fun. It's Wednesday.
I haven't seen Afterlife. No spoilers.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
have
don't
seen,
look at the toys then.
You have seen Ghostbusters 2, though, and that's what I was referencing. So.
Yes, Vigo. Oh, I woo. Janos. I love Janos.
There was a casting thing for Ghostbusters Afterlife that I didn't realize till looking at IMDb that I was kind of pleasantly surprised that the metal eating guy is Josh Gad.
I please don't. I just said no spoilers, and there you go. And you got to open your mouth. If it wasn't for that beautiful beard of yours, I'd be very upset at you.
That's not a spoiler. It's just Josh Gad.
Nobody likes Josh Gad.
What?
I like Josh Gad.
Nobody likes Josh
Yeah.
Gad.
He's in Book of Mormon.
He's won
Original
Tony
cast.
Awards.
Nobody likes Josh Gad. The only
Olaf.
time he's just Olaf, and that's all he'll ever be.
And Book of Mormon guy.
No, he's Olaf.
And he was on 1500 Pen.
Nope. That doesn't sound right.
Listen, I'm sure we've all won awards, and no one likes us. So winning a Tony doesn't mean jack. But you could win.
I
big
won the
oof.
Greatest Dad Award.
From who?
I don't know. One of my kids gave it to me.
No.
I don't remember.
It was actually Greatest Sugar Daddy. It's he can't talk about that in front of his wife.
I was going to guess it was a participation trophy. So
Yeah, I got a lot of those.
welcome,
won-
millennials.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Oof My Wallet, part of the TFYLP TF Talk Network thingy. I'm Peter,
yes.
and there's Paul, and there's Phil, and there's Rick, and there's
Forever
Rob.
Destron.
Hi.
Destron.
Forever Destron. That's
Yeah.
my saying. I say that now.
In case you missed our glorious intro, this is Oof My Wallet. My attempt at a ravishing intro with the group failed hard. So we're here to show
Yeah.
off stuff we got. We got 5 people, so
Yeah.
I mean, are we gonna be here till 3 a.m?
You know what? I was gonna
No,
show
too
something,
old.
but I'm gonna switch it up now because Peter's on the show. I'm about to blow his mind.
Sure.
I think you're blowing everyone's mind that we can hear you.
Yeah.
So the fact that
Yeah.
we can hear you, you're showing off your new headphones, and we've already got
Yeah.
comments in the chat that is appreciated.
I can't reach. Oh.
Ron says, great audio and video. He's lying a bit, but it is tolerable.
Yeah. Thanks, Ron, for playing in my game, by the way. If you know what I mean.
Secrets abound.
So, we're going to show off some things we got recently. We haven't done an oof or an ouch or an anything wallet-related in quite a while.
We had TFCon hauls. That's the closest we've gotten.
Yeah.
That's pretty close.
But was that on Wednesday night?
It was not.
It was not, so it doesn't count. That is
Doesn't
a
count.
regular old show.
Boring.
Boring Monday night shows. TFYLP, our main jam. Watch it every Monday. Sometime
Or
between
don't.
8 and 10 o'clock, depending on when Lucas gets home.
Watch it or don't. It's a free country. For now.
I mean, we'd actually prefer if you did. I mean, you don't have to, but we would prefer if you did.
You must watch it. I will have it only one way.
All right, can we get this going? Because
Fine.
it's I'm on the East Coast, and
Rick,
Sorry, Grandpa.
let's not
Peter's
forget,
on the East Coast.
we're a half hour earlier than usual, so you're welcome. We're gonna
We can do a
start.
half hour of inane banter.
We could. We're gonna start with Furai model IDW Rod Piper. I haven't had time to open this. Because these take, I don't know, a good 30 minutes if you know what you're doing to put them together.
No, it takes longer than that, dude.
Like 30 minutes isn't bad. Like
30
third-party toys
minutes
take me
is like
30 minutes or more.
no, dude. That thing takes at least an hour plus.
Well, I try to put these things together as fast as possible when I get them.
Dude, I take my time. I cut the piece. I sand it down.
Is the piece a
make
piece
it
of
look
tape?
Nice. No.
Oh, okay.
I cut the plastic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, I definitely do not do that. I do the thing where you twist it till it comes off.
Oh!
And you got a little stringy bit at the end.
Oh.
Works just fine. Use your fingernail to scrape it off. Let me tell you.
I use my teeth sometimes to get off a little bit of.
Oh.
If you lick it, it helps too. If you have acid for blood.
Heard that before.
Anyways, yeah, I was really excited about this one. I have kind of a backlog of these. I have the IDW Megatron. I have the Devastator. I really need to put these together, but this one might motivate me to do it like over holidays because it just looks so good. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And what's
It's definitely a
love
good
those
project
things.
for holidays.
yeah.
It's good for like binging a TV show and just sitting there and like when the kids are not there in the house and you just want to binge something.
It's something you don't need to like put full attention into.
Yeah, you just like you're building your model kit.
Avoiding those uncomfortable conversations over the holidays with your family. Just, Uncle Carl's over? Nope, I'm building a model kit.
Yeah, and they're like, what's he doing? I don't want to talk to that model person.
Just don't talk to your family, period, and problem solved. Take a page out of my book.
That's what I do.
Anyways, maybe I'll just rip the plastic off for myself right now just to kind of like one step closer to getting it worked on. So,
I can't wait till Christmas 2022 when you're like, I'm finally going to build it this year.
I've done it.
Yeah, this is the year. This is the year. All right, he who goes picks the next person who goes.
Philly Willy.
All right. Well, I'm glad you guys took a few extra moments so I was able to get this guy into bot mode. Got me the Generation Select Galvatron the other day.
He's naked.
And, I need to put the stickers on him. I'm one of the few weirdos that, for the most part, enjoys putting stickers on my toys. So yeah, I dig it. I canceled the regular Kingdom Galvatron because I didn't need two of the mold, and I like this G1 homage a lot better, and the toy / comic look quite a bit better, and yeah, I dig it a lot. I would recommend it. If you don't have it, go and buy it. I don't know if Pulse is still doing their sale, but they were doing like 15% off or 10% off. So, yeah, he's a cool toy. I much more prefer him versus what I'd seen over the Kingdom release.
Now, word of the wise to you: do not try to put those stickers on without tweezers, because I did.
Okay.
Oops. Oof.
Yeah.
Talk about an oof.
Yeah. Little green matrix right there, all fluorescent and 90s, with the bright green.
To be honest, I still don't even know why. I don't know why they made a new Galvatron toy when they had the perfect one in Universe. The tank, the purple tank. Like, they just knocked it out of the park then. I don't really think they did any more since that. But I guess it was a while back. You need this inferior one. All the real heroes still have the one from Universe.
But that was like back when that came out. It was exciting. Like, I passed it up because it was like
everyone hated it
enough. Yeah.
I immediately continued on my turning an Energon Megatron into a Gen 1 style Galvatron.
Like, that's still one of the few toys that wasn't repainted by the club or even Hasbro.
Oh, we tried.
Oh,
we
you
tried.
did?
Oh, we tried. We tried so many times. Battle Trap.
Wow, once.
What's his name? Bludgeon. Oh, we tried a whole bunch of times. Yeah.
He did get
I'm glad it didn't work.
Reissues, right?
Yeah, he got a Takara version that's got some chrome on it. He had the 3-pack version, which had different colors on it. And then, is there a clear version?
There is.
I have one that's clear, but maybe that didn't come out.
There's one that came with like the Revenge of Cybertron or something pack. with
Oh yeah. Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of.
So Phil,
So-
can you explain to me more about the Green Matrix? What is that from?
Oh.
Oh,
It's from the comic.
that's the Creation Matrix, I believe. Peter, do you know?
Yeah, when Ralph Macchio adapted Ron Friedman's screenplay in the Marvel comic, and it was drawn or whatever. Who was it? Was that Trimp that did it? I don't remember who did the art. But yeah, the Creation Matrix was just a green ball that they kind of ball.
It was a rock.
Yeah. And so yeah, there you go. Green Matrix. Best of both.
Green Matrix.
Yeah, it's fun to see, like, before they had any established lore at all, like, the cartoon and the comics, none of it makes any sense. Like, we have to get the Matrix from Prime, except we've already dismantled him completely and built an alligator out of him and didn't take it. Just it's fun, silly stuff like that. None of it makes any sense.
None of it matters.
You just go along.
Nothing
with it.
matters. Nothing matters.
It doesn't. Heat, death, and the universe is happening either way. So
80s cartoons contradicted themselves constantly.
And that's where the movies get that from the cartoons.
it was all an homage. It was part of Bates' master plan.
Every movie has to contradict the previous movie, just like, oh, Optimus Prime is this old, but then the Aerobots go back in time, and now he's this old.
Either way, he can buy a beer.
Plot doesn't have time for your facts.
Hey, I've had a beer with Peter Cullen a couple times.
That's a pretty cool story.
He likes Guinness.
Okay.
Good oof, Phil. Let's pass that torch. It's up to you.
Phil, who do you choose?
Yeah, that's right. I got to pass it on. Sorry. Since Rob laughed at me, he can go next.
All right.
They're laughing at me.
They're all gonna laugh.
All right. I'm going to start off with something from Transformers. I think several of us got this. The Jay Balvin Soundwave. Why does this exist? But I bought it anyways because it's a G1 recolor.
Hey.
Yeah.
Rob, I have a question.
Yeah.
Who is Jay Balvin?
He's a musician. That's all I know because I Googled him and he does exist and he apparently is popular in whatever circles he is popular in. And everything about this is actually references to like his covers. Like if you do a Google image search for him, you'll see his CD covers. Like you start seeing where, oh, that's that. It's not, a lot of us know the old knockoff that looks pretty similar to this. And you would not be, I couldn't hold it against you if you saw this and thought it was a knockoff and had it in hand. Yellow plastic never comes off good. And, it feels cheap and looks bad here too, in my opinion. It just feels janky. And it doesn't even come with Soundwave's real weapons, which is really stupid. And
Well, it's because it's Jay Balvin-tron. It's not Soundwave.
So I
You
noticed
still have
the
these
flag on
batteries.
here. Is that a reference to the our friends in the LGBTQ community, or is it just a rainbow?
no idea. I mean, it's on his head too.
He
So-
this artist kind of like commandeered that rainbow as like his own branding, but I think it's not. It basically, I think it kind
It
of
doesn't
shows like
reference
he's a
it?
safe. He's like LGBT safe, obviously.
Okay.
Like, but I don't think it's like I'm gay and I want everyone else to know it. I think it's more just like rainbows, or he thinks rainbows are cool.
Okay.
The not Ravage has eyeballs on his butt,
Yeah,
so that's cool.
I like that. Reminds me of Pac-Man.
Or not
Ravagi.
stripes, I should say. Got a white laser beak, so that's neat. I don't know. I like cassette recolors. I don't know. When your G1 collection gets done, you kind of enjoy having any weird repaint that comes out, and so I enjoy it for that. But it's a thing that exists.
If you enjoy Metallica, do not listen to his recent Metallica cover. Metallica did this whole box set for the 30th anniversary of the Black Album with all these covers, and Jay Balvin did one, and I listened to it, and I regretted listening to it.
What type of music is this? Is this like techno or?
I did not listen to it at all. I have no idea.
It's
I
like
don't know if he's considered reggaeton. because I'm old and I can tell you 20 different versions of heavy metal, but pop music, popular music, I'm above those two.
It's like South American pop music, but with sort of a EDM influence as well.
Yeah.
So, we're a little too old for it. Is my assumption.
You mean a little too white?
That too?
Okay. I used to live in South America, so maybe I'll like it. I don't know.
Maybe I gave it a quick shot, but I could just tell like, oh, this music is just younger than me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And he's got his stickers are pre-applied. They're really crappy looking. Like they look like those thin foil stickers we used to get. The tampos are really nice, at least though. Like the smiley face on the front looks all right, and like the smiley face that is the whole cassette mode and like the lightning bolts or whatever. I don't know why they're there, but at least those look nice, look decent.
Would you say this is better or worse than the Linkin Park Soundwave?
I don't have that one, so I can't compare.
I would say it's better because I think this is exactly what the artist wanted, whereas the Linkin Park one turned out to be kind of a mess. It was supposed to be a chrome gold thing that they, I guess, couldn't do.
Yeah, it exists.
Is that gun with it, Paul? Is that gun from anything else?
It's from Siege Jetfire. So are the blast effects.
Oh, okay. All right.
And he barely can hold them or do anything with it. I don't know. Like you got it in there, but I find it kind of hard to get it there and to get it to stay. And you definitely can if you put the blast effects in. It's like it's too
Is
heavy.
he remolded at all to fit those, or?
No, I think it's a standard peg.
Yeah, I'm not sure you're supposed to put this here, but since again it didn't come with the Soundwave shoulder thing, I was like, well, I'm gonna brute force this, and so I made it look like this. It's ridiculous, and I'm making him do the Fonz,
Hey. Mrs. Cunningham, yeah.
Do you like it, Paul?
I like that the stickers. It took me a while to realize. Oh wow, the stickers are applied. Like the non-factory stickers are factory applied, which like I kind of prefer. Just like they're all kind of consistent. But I heard from someone else like theirs weren't put on very well, and mine are put on pretty good. So I didn't mind. There's some weird things about the metal on it, like the feet. It's kind of like.
It's not a nice looking die cast. It's very rough looking. Yeah.
Yeah, like look at that. It's almost like I don't know what to call that.
Cheap.
Shit.
It looks like mold fatigue. If anything.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, just for those that are super anal, this is the hinge on the outside version of Soundwave. Slotted hands.
Like that's the only type they make anymore, right?
I think
they
so,
don't.
Yeah.
I don't think they. My understanding is that they had to remold the original to get anything out way back when they first did a Soundwave reissue, and so they will look like this forever from now on.
Yeah.
One big button piece and all that stuff.
I just wish it would have had the sound. I guess I wish it was a Sound Blaster chest because there's 2 cassettes.
Yeah.
Like why would you do that? Because
why wouldn't you include Soundwave's weapons?
Because it's not Soundwave. Jay Balvin.
They probably went through extra work to gate that off just to not print them for this release to save, that half plastic.
What they do is they actually run them, and they take them and then they just put them in the chopper, chop them all up, melt them down,
melt them back down.
Well, that makes me even more upset.
Happens all the time.
All right, well, you go now, Rick.
You want to hear a sorry for my language, a fucked up story?
Yeah.
So
the guy saying, let's go.
This is in relation to the story. All right. So you were talking about gating things off, right?
Yeah.
So the first Armada Optimus Prime couldn't be gated off correctly. So whenever they made the spark plug minicon for those booster packs, they made a whole Armada Prime as well.
That seems really wasteful. And pointless.
Yep, because no one had the forward thinking of we should gate this separately so that we can just make minicons separately.
So that's something you got to put thought in ahead of time to be able to put the gates in the channels.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you're kind of SOL.
When you do your mold layout, you can go back and change it, but it's very expensive to do it, and you can only change it so much.
So interesting that it's more expensive to do that than just go ahead and print this other huge toy and we'll just remelt it.
Well, you have a piece of metal and you've cut it so that it prints out, stamps out a certain pieces, right? So to go in and you have to cut the metal again. You have to ship the mold to where they're going to cut the metal. They're going to cut it. They're going to add this other piece of material to gate it. They're going to ship it back. They're going to retest it. They're going to put it back into the pressing. It's just time and money, man. Time and money.
I'm already upset.
Yeah.
It sort of reminds me of when you see the videos of what they do with male baby chicks for chicken egg farms.
Oh, yeah. They freeze them and they feed them to zoo animals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to change what I was going to show because I want to make Peter so jealous.
It's not going to work. He's not going to be jealous.
Peter's not even listening to you.
He's putting together a
Furai
IDW kit.
Since
kit.
you had to, yeah, right. It's actually a GoBots kit. That's how deep he's going right now. He's like, I've been trying to build this since '85. I'm finally getting to it.
He's at the sink filling up his GoBot squirt gun.
Right. His Takeo tank bath toy. All right. So, keeping in the tradition of yellow items.
Oh God.
That is something I do not have.
This
what
is
on the
the
fins?
Bumblebee. It has a face mask and little flippers and a snorkel so that you can go scuba diving and pretend that you're Bumblebee underwater.
Hydro Dive Bumblebee.
Hydro
Cosplay.
Dive Bumblebee, the cosplay. And this was $7.99 at Ross.
Man, you paid $10 too much for that.
Oh no, sorry, it was at TJ Maxx. We don't have Ross where I live. TJ Maxx, it's just as shitty as Ross.
That's
Usually
their actual
organized the
slogan. That's like behind the sign of the store. We're just as shitty as Ross.
Da, da, da. I don't know. I think that's so that's round one. I'm gonna give Rick the big oof on that
Whoa,
piece.
whoa,
of
whoa,
red.
whoa, whoa.
Peter hasn't win.
Oh, well, it still deserves a big oof.
All right, Peter.
Ooh.
What do you got?
Oh, I had a Jay Balvin. Keep going.
Well, you got that Dracula behind you.
Yeah.
Well, I got this Dracula
about
behind
that?
me. We talked about him on Monday. He's
Oh,
okay.
okay. Well, who's that other guy behind you?
This is
That jerk.
It's Megatron.
it's
Martian
gonna be
Braystar.
Super Megatron. Ignore my not quite built shelves yet. This is what's his name? Gun Kid. And he's from one of the Brave series. I wasn't prepared to talk about him, so I'm not prepared to talk about him. And he turns into a jet and a pistol that shoots little foam darts. I've got this one loose, and I've got one sealed in the box.
Boy,
And I'm gonna rip his.
He really looks like Energon Megatron.
He really looks like Super Megatron because he was going to be, but then wasn't Super Megatron.
So Takara just repurposed half of the design, basically, for Brave crap.
Yep, kind of like Star Convoy and New Rodimus. They became J Decker. They became J Decker toys. So yeah, this guy, I'm gonna pull his head off and put a Gen 2 Megatron head on there, and tweak it a little bit, and take the cannon off and change that out, and then have it attached to his arm. And I'm gonna cut up this really nice Brave toy, and make a Super Megatron out of it to pose him next.
You're gonna put that giant turret on his arm?
No, I'm gonna. Excuse me. This one is like a big phallic shape.
Yeah,
The one from
crazy
Super Megatron is not the same look. So this one I'm gonna take off and just kind of throw somewhere.
Yeah, that's like the wave motion cannon from the SDF-1, man. That thing's huge.
It's way too big. Yeah. But yeah, this is who this is, and he's gonna be my friend. He's gonna be my Megatron. He's just been hanging out here for.
All right. So new wave. Peter gets to pick who goes first.
Oh, let's keep the same cycle. Who started?
Me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
Usually we keep the cycle.
Nope.
it's not your show, Rick.
It's not.
It's Paul's show.
It's the Oof show.
Nope.
And I'm oofing it up.
You know what, Paul? Like,
Doesn't
remember,
matter.
You can
Doesn't
always
matter.
like just disable Rick's video.
Yeah,
You
no,
can mute him. We can like totally
doesn't
put him in
matter.
timeout if we need to.
Nothing matters. Nothing matters.
Oof! I got
This don't matter. None of this
Oh!
matters.
I got some city, Honda City.
You got some.
Living in Bone City with Honda. Did Rick really left?
No, he's still in there. He just muted and turned off his video
Oh.
because it doesn't matter.
I got these
Nothing
today.
matters.
Today, Junior.
My reboost just shipped from Toy Dojo today, so mine will be here soon.
So yeah, you
Mine will be here tomorrow.
Stops in the way.
Hey, that third-party toy set has a Takara Tomy logo on it. What's up with that?
The what? What are you talking about?
That thing you're holding that's supposed to be Skids?
Yes.
Yeah, it's that third-party toy has a Takara Tomy logo on it.
It's quite a bit different from X Transbots.
Yes. Skids and Reballs.
Same shitty character. Did anyone really ask? 20 years ago, not even 20 years ago, when Masterpiece started,
Back in my day.
back when we had MP01, and the coolest thing ever was we got a white version of them. Did you ever stop and think and be like, one day there's going to be an official Masterpiece Skids?
I mean,
Yeah.
he barely got a G1 reissue even. Skids is
He
Oh,
got a
I forgot.
reissue because the mold was available.
either way.
They're like, who else do we got? The Skids. Who's that? I don't know.
Oh.
All right.
I think this makes sense from some of the history we've gotten on this toy is that it was designed by the person that actually designed the original way back in the day, and that's why it's a toy design, because Skids is barely in the cartoon, and so they decided, this one is going to go back to the toy look more for that, and I thought it was, that's why
I
it's
don't
not
know if I
cartoon
believe that
accurate. It does-
story.
I've heard it from a couple people that usually know those things, but
I don't know if I believe that story because there is a mandatory retirement age in Japan. And if
maybe he designed
If
it a while back.
Kano Ono designed that, then, which I believe he did, I mean, he's been retired for years. I don't know.
Or maybe
I
either
question
way,
that story.
it's definitely based off the toy, not the cartoon. Maybe a few
Yes.
cartoon nods here and there, but it's definitely toy based. And is this the first time that Takara has released a Masterpiece with the repaint at the same time?
Probably. Well, the Seekers, I mean, I guess they're not like at the same time.
Yeah,
But
like we know they're coming, but they're staged out.
But
These-
like the Skywarp, I think, like, Paul, do you mean like the new Seekers, like Skywarp and Thundercracker, where they're like not exactly at the same time, but they're like boom, boom, boom.
These are literally, we produced and shipped these together.
Yeah.
Here they are.
You
And
know-
are they doing the silver one too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what annoys me the most is that these two have different MP numbers. Skywarp, Thundercracker, and Starscream are all MP52.
That's really dumb.
Why?
They started that dumb trend with the first time they did the Seekers for the Masterpiece line, and it stuck.
No, that's not true. It was
Did they not?
MP3 and like 6 and 8 or something. 9, 7.
Were they?
Sorry,
am I
Peter.
thinking
No,
of?
then
Sorry,
they
Peter. I
started
know I hurt
doing,
your
like-
head there.
Are the cone heads?
13A and 13B and stuff like that. And
Like their
first-
13T is, or something T is one of the Thundercrackers. I remember that.
Like MP3 is Starscream, and like Thundercracker and Skywarp have their own number in the first 10. But then when they did number 11 or 12, whichever one was Coronation Starscream, then they started doing the MP,
The T and the
whatever,
S.
T
What-
and the S, and like
Okay.
the Dirge and Ramjet and Sunstorm and Acid Balls.
what was the number on the Ghost Starscream?
He was MP3G.
That was a 3.
Ooh.
That was using the old mold.
They play fast and loose with the numbering. It's fine.
Yeah.
Shut up, Lucas.
Nothing matters. Nothing matters. It doesn't matter.
Lucas, he cares because we're nerds and we get upset about stupid little things.
Well, I care.
It doesn't matter.
I collect the Masterpiece line mint and sealed box, so like the numbering and stuff matters because if you want to ever display them, you kind of want to put them in order, and it gets really wacky at some point. So,
but the boxes aren't the size right, so it's not like you're gonna have a display of,
Yeah, that's
a good response.
It's like the Studio Series. The boxes don't correspond to the number, so it's like it's all over the place when you try to put them on a shelf. Because it doesn't matter.
Right, it
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It's a painful game and it's fun to play.
It's not fun.
Can I tell a quick side Studio Series story real fast here?
Why don't I just pass it on to your turn and you can start with this story.
So before I'll start a story and then I'll ask my question and then I'll show my next thing. So yesterday I'm listening to one of the Chicago sports radio stations. And the guy is talking, and he's celebrating Hanukkah with his family. He's like, "Yeah, last night my son got a cool toy. He got a new Transformer." And I'm just like, "Oh, what, new Transformer?" He's like, "Yeah, he got Grinder." And I'm just like, "Yeah." And I'm just like, "Yeah, Studio Series Grinder." So I text into the radio station like, "Oh yeah, Studio Series Grinder. That's a big badass helicopter." And the guy, like the not DJ, but the sports talk guy, like texts me back. He's like, "Yeah, my son's having a hard time transforming it. It's pretty cool though." So
you want to come over and teach him how to transform?
No, I didn't. I'm like, I could reply with more things. I was like, maybe what would be helpful? Like, well, maybe a YouTube link of how to transform it. I'm like, no, just stop. He doesn't care.
Be done.
Yeah. And I made the right choice, right. But there was a little like there was a couple of nerd flare up moments for me right there involving Transformers and Chicago
somebody
sports
knows
talk.
a thing that I know.
Yeah.
He threw you a bone and you just avoided jumping into Bone City.
Yeah. All right. How many rounds are we going here?
Who cares?
I don't know.
10.
Nothing matters, right?
All right. So I'll do. I'm basing this off of doing at least 4 rounds. So here we go. The Shattered Glass Megatron. I dig it. I didn't think I was gonna dig it. The head I don't entirely like. I don't like how they made the brow all black. I would have liked something more in the brow there to just make the head pop a little bit more color wise, but the blue they use, it looks good. It's not a phenomenal toy. The jet mode is awful. Actually looks kind of decent in the tank. It's like one of the more enjoyable versions of this mold in the tank because of the colors. But yeah, for what it is, it'll look good on a shelf. Because of the color scheme that it's got is so different from a lot of else that we see out there. Even other like white Transformers aren't going to have you don't have many Transformers that are this like color blue, this color white, this color black. So it will show it well on a shelf.
So here's mine. I made it super cool.
Yeah.
Put the Matrix on him because he's a good guy, right? He's got the Matrix. It actually makes sense.
I take it that's an add-on kit someone made for it?
No, it's just it's the Kingdom spoiler pack thing.
Oh.
And you can just stick the cannons on his shoulders like that if you so choose. It's kind of stupid, but
I think they're really stretching with that toy. Really stretching.
Oh, you think? You think they're stretching with this toy and this mold in general?
I just like wondering like what the thought process was. Like, let's tool up some move pieces to kind of make it look like another toy. I mean, I just
I mean, you think did they even consider using Galvatron? Did they even consider it? We'll never know.
I don't know. It's better than I thought it would be when it was first announced.
Stuff like this makes my hair fall out, and I don't have much of that left. All right, Robert.
All right, I'm going to keep on the Soundwave theme.
Uh-oh.
And I grabbed Fans Toys Robo Paradise, not Soundwave. I can't remember how they've changed their branding.
Acoustic Wave.
Acoustic Wave. See, look at that. Thank you for the assist. I transformed it last night for the first time. It's good. It's solid. The transformation is just maybe a few more steps than the OG masterpiece, to be honest. Like, and it takes a lot from it. Not any like specific move, but kind of general idea. I don't know. It's a G1 Soundwave toy. They kind of transform how they transform. Some stuff on the legs collapses or whatever. So I don't know. I find it pretty excellent. If you like cartoon looks, you'll like it. But it is interesting. It shows in a way, how good that OG masterpiece toy is, because like Starscream needed a new version. I never thought MP10 was super great. Obviously, MP5 was crap, and everyone knew it from the beginning. So as they've redone characters through the years, it really shows though how much the Soundwave design was pretty much knocked it out of the park from the beginning, because they could definitely just recolor it and get extremely close to this. But it does have some niceties, like the side of the legs and stuff clean up a lot nicer than the original one. A few proportion things are more cartoony. The head's more cartoony. But really there's a lot of similarities to the original.
Let me ask you something. Do you regret buying that?
No, not at all. It's awesome.
Okay. Do you have the Masterpiece Soundwave?
Yes, I'll be getting rid of it.
Okay. And you're going to keep this one?
Yeah. What I did is I bought the Sound Blaster recolor. That way I can still have that toy in my collection.
Okay.
And I suspect Fans Toys will probably do a recolor at some point. They're not as huge on recolors as like X-Transbots are. They might at some point, but I'm okay with the Headmasters cartoon having something that's not as accurate. No, he's awesome.
No.
If you dig the cartoon look, he's worth grabbing. If you like good toys, he's worth grabbing. I don't know. I found it really excellent, and the transformation was fun. It took me a while, but a lot of that's just Fans Toys joints are well made, and it's kind of, I don't use instructions, so I'm like, does this bend or not? And just taking my time with it while watching TV.
So that was originally like going to be one of the first Fans Toys releases, right?
Yeah, it was like 02 or something.
Yes and no. They were going to do a Soundwave when it got announced, but that design was completely different.
That design was really close to the MP Soundwave.
Was it?
Incidentally, the original.
I just remember it being really gribbly, like the mental image I have, like a bunch of details and stuff on it. But they reused the name, the Acoustic Wave name, which is been there forever. It still held that slot number, I think. I don't think they ever used that number for anything else. And of course, he comes with a cassette buddy. He is definitely overall nicer than the original one, but I still really like the original tapes too. I think they're fun little toys. His proportions are better. Something that's odd though is he's mostly shiny, kind of metallic stuff, whereas Soundwave is very matte finish, which I prefer because of cartoon, and I'm a slave to that. But yeah, then they do the cassette and he's shiny. I don't understand why. But that said, it's a fun transformer, has better proportions. People are complaining about the hollow legs or whatever. It doesn't really bother me with cassette bot. Yeah. His shoulders are a little bad. They're kind of janky. They kind of sit low. And he does the pylon thing. You make the little nub, and then you put the pylon on. Whatever. This is weirdly made. Like you squeeze it up, and it has like a lock on it, and then you like press the lock to get it out. So it's either in or out. I don't understand. Like you can't. It doesn't like snap out. It doesn't click in. I don't know. It seems poorly thought out, but it's fine. No, it's a cool release. It came out good. He's a fun toy. He's not miserable like some of Fans Toys stuff, especially their movie line stuff is terrible in transformations. This is actually fun. So yeah, that's my Soundwave.
So do you think they got that out finally because they know there's another Soundwave coming?
I don't know. I mean, they obviously they put Robot Paradise as the subline, which is like Zeta's been doing anytime they go up with what Hasbro's doing. Yeah, I feel like you're trying to hint at something, Paul, just a little bit.
No, I don't know anything. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's another Soundwave coming out. He's a top tier character.
Yeah.
Top tier character. He hasn't had a new masterpiece toy in a decade from an official source.
That's just, again, this one shows though he it doesn't necessarily need new engineering.
Right.
You know, like they could do a plus or whatever, and
I mean, I think they could upgrade from.
They
that
could.
for sure.
they could.
Like the feet, you know how they're just kind of like
Yeah.
flipped around, or
Yeah, like I said, the legs are really, I think, his big improvement over the masterpieces.
yeah.
But now it does also doesn't have his like some of the gimmicks it has in tape mode. The original one, like, you know how he's got a lot more knobs and stuff on it, and then they made all the accessories like plug into the side of the tape mech on the original masterpiece. You know, like, oh, it's battery packs or headphone cords or something. I don't know. It was just kind of neat that they tried to, you know, do something with it. This doesn't do any of that. But it's neat if it's there, but I also don't feel like I need those things, you know. But it is noted when they do it. It was cool.
Well, we know Jetfire's coming, right? There's a masterpiece Jetfire coming from Takara Tomy. Maybe they will.
What I heard.
Go ahead.
I thought the word on that was that Jetfire was like a really old design that hadn't gone anywhere yet, and I know it showed up in a book. That picture did, but I didn't. I got the feeling like when it came out, the word was really that this doesn't mean this is coming. Like, we did a design and it's old.
Oh, I thought they were just showing an old design, but they're like, it definitely is coming. Like,
okay,
that's the impression.
It could be, yeah.
But if they do, then the new sound wave could be really cartoon accurate, and they could include all those big arm things that he uses to try to like revive Jetfire in the ice tunnel. It's like, hit him with 1,000,000 watts or whatever, and he like has this giant like cement mixer thing on his arm, and it's I don't know, I just love that.
It was
scene.
500,000 volts to start his memory monitor, and then this time hit him again. This time with 1,000,000 volts, and also cyber motor relays are useless, and his arm spun up.
That sounds more like a Super 7 accessory item than an MP one.
Never say never. Or do. It's fine.
All right, Rick.
All right, so I'm going to show off something that I got at TFCon, but just haven't had a chance to really enjoy it. And I literally brought it in. It's been sitting in my car since TFCon.
Oh, I remember this. Why don't you tell it what it is for our audio listeners?
So, this is one of the store displays. I believe this was a Toys R Us store display from Energon. It's kind of like a giant Kinder Egg. It's got Energon, Megatron, Omega Supreme, Battle Ravage, and Strong Arm. Is that it? Strong Arm? Stronghold? Strong Arm in it. So I have a few of the other displays. A friend of mine said, hey, I'm clearing stuff out. Do you want to stop by on your way to TFCon? Pick it up? I said, sure. Sure, I guess I could find a home for that. And so I did. And it's been driving around in the back of my van ever since TFCon. And I just brought it in tonight.
Cool.
So I like the stuff.
You're cold, they're cold. Bring them inside.
Right. Yeah, like I like stuff like this. I like displays and concept art and stuff like that because it's not something that's readily available. It's not something everybody's going to have. It's something that's very unique that when you have, you know, in my situation, when you have a lot of stuff and then you have something like this, it tends to pop out kind of like your shattered ass Megatron. It's just, it kind of pops a little bit. So
yeah, so like how many those kind of get lost to time, really, because like the store, what they probably destroy them if they don't.
They're supposed to destroy them.
Sometimes stores have to send them back. Sometimes they get destroyed. I have a bunch of the Lego displays too. And
Lego or Creo?
No, Lego.
Okay.
The big Toys R Us Lego displays that are like 5 feet long. I've got like 10 of those. And I've just got like horror stories of my buddies saying, yeah, it killed me that they would just throw those down the trash compactor. The Lego rep would just throw it in the trash compactor and just like smash them. So
It's weird.
because they know that those things sell for a lot of money on the secondary market. They don't want collectors to have them for whatever reason. I don't know why. I mean,
But
all
those
the
are-
Legos are glued in place. These
are
are all
like-
glued in place, so I
Okay.
can't take these out and play with them.
But they're real
No, they're
toys,
all-
right?
They're real toys that have super glue all over them because somebody who didn't care about how it was going to look just went in and super glued it. And the Omega Supreme, I mean, this thing doesn't even fit in here. Look, he's all hunched over. He's all like, "Oh, I'm going to fall." If he wasn't super glued,
He's tackling the football.
yeah, I mean, it looks like he's falling down, and I mean, they all look like they're falling down. They all look awful. They all look awful.
Now they can look awful in your room forever.
Now they will look awful next to my other store displays. So
I think one of the reasons those aren't meant to be kept around is probably because you're not meant to look at them for that long or that closely. You see them in passing, so you don't notice all the super glue. Like when you see them, like you just holding it there, Rick, it looks like dynamic. It looks like this action sequence that you would never get from the toy itself.
yeah,
Yeah,
But then
Megatron's
when you
like, oh!
yeah, the toys can't stand like this on their own.
No. So like, there's something
Omega's
kind of
so
neat
big.
about that. But then, yeah, like you said, when you sit and actually stare at it for a minute or two, you're like, oh, this has so many imperfections.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, are
this
any parts
sucks.
broken that they got to just like either stand still or get it to fit?
No, they're just mistransformed.
Okay.
Mistransformed, but everything seems to be there. Like, there's no missiles on Omega Supreme. Like, they knew that was going to fly off, or somebody didn't bother to open the bag out and take them out and glue them in. So it's
How dare they?
it is what it is. It is what it is. And I got it at a really good price.
My guess.
I just noticed the price tag that's on here, and I didn't pay that, so I got it at a really good price.
My guess is there's probably not a good archive of those kind of displays. But I remember another Toys R Us one was Vector Prime and the Thrust Starscream. From
Yeah, I have that
Cybertron.
one. I'm pretty sure I have that one.
Because that was like their exclusive 2-pack at the time.
So-
So
Do they make like a series of these, or like, oh, these 50 stores are going to get it, let's make 50 of these displays as similar as we can? And
Yeah, they do.
like obviously each one's probably going to be a little different, but
Rick,
They're
where are
general.
those made? Are those made typically like by Hasbro? Do they send them to a marketing company?
No,
How does that
marketing
go?
company. Marketing
Okay.
company made some. All right, so I've got one with a giant Megatron in it and Cybertron Optimus, and then like Cybertron Galvatron.
whatever you do, don't show it on the camera.
I know. They're over there.
They're in there somewhere.
They're
Some
over
of them.
there.
so
And then
orange.
there's the big giant.
the Ultimate Optimus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty
So
cool.
right
That
there.
looks good.
Right there. Yeah.
Muy bueno.
Nice.
Peter, you know your camera's not on and hasn't been for a while.
Oh, he knows.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
Well,
just
he-
mad because he doesn't have one of these either. Look at
Yeah, I
that,
didn't
Peter.
realize
Yeah.
that. I don't know
That's
that.
generic. That's evergreen Easter basket.
Is the chocolate so good?
I'm an
I don't
evergreen
know.
Easter basket.
I don't know. I don't care because nothing matters.
There's gonna be some like apocalyptic level events, and Rick's like, I got all this old candy from all those old
I got-
packages that I still have.
I got 2000. I got a bag of 2007 Doritos. Who wants them? Who wants some 2007 M&Ms?
I got some 1989 Ninja Turtles checks.
I
Dive
got
in.
some. I got a can of 1988 Ninja Turtles popcorn.
I used to at my parents' house have a Mountain Dew can from 1999 with Darth Maul on it from the the Phantom Menace. And at some point, I don't know what happened, but it just started leaking old Mountain Dew into my parents' cabinet, and they were just like, "Yep, nope, get rid of it now."
Yeah, you're
And just like
you're supposed
eating
to
the wood.
You're supposed to stick a
Yeah.
pin in the bottom of those and let it drain.
Yeah, I
You're not
didn't
actually
know
supposed
that.
to keep the soda in the soda cans.
Yeah, it was like 12 years later, it started just randomly
Is that-
seeping out.
Is that true, Paul?
People that I know that collect soda cans, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they've told me.
Oh, Because I've got a whole bunch of those Transformers. I think it's like Age of Extinction, like cases of cans.
Well, because it's not like, I mean, maybe look into it a bit, but you're supposed to kind of empty them without pulling the tab.
Yeah.
They will one day start leaking. So
because it's acidic.
Yeah.
One
time we found a Mountain Dew can in our garage that was not open, did not have any holes in it, and was completely empty. It was the weirdest thing. We don't know what happened there. Like, we kept it for like, I don't know, a year or two. You know, we had it like on top of the stove just because it was an oddity. And eventually we're like, okay, we can recycle this now.
You would just sit there as a family and just look at it. And
Tell us your secrets, Ghost Dew.
Factory error.
Peter, what do you got for us?
Oh, it's me again.
I
got what Phil had. I had Megatron. He's boring because we already talked about him. I did buy Nick an upgrade kit for his, and it's based on the artwork from the BotCon comic. So it has that pre-production Marvel bucket Megatron helmet. I got it on Yahoo Japan.
Hey, what are those boxes up there? To your right.
My right. What
up
boxes?
Top. Yeah.
These?
Yeah.
Didn't we talk about these already?
Talk about those.
I think those are TFCon goodies, aren't they?
Yeah, these are TFCon goodies. I've got 2 boxes over there that I haven't opened yet. Yeah, these are 2 of my winter robos. This is Buggy Winter, and this is a Truck Winter.
Yeah.
And they're winter robos, and they pop into robot mode, and they fit on like Hot Wheels style tracks, and they have stickers, and they're a lot of fun. So I'm almost done with the winter robos. If only I had the rest of them, then I would have a complete set, which I can say about anything, and so can any of us.
If only I had the rest of the things, I would have.
If only I had the rest of them, then I would be done. Yeah, this is where my like machine robo staging area stuff is. I did buy. Ouch, my wallet. I bought a new display case.
Woo!
It's 6 feet tall, 4 feet wide, 2 feet deep, and
nice.
It's lights and glass and all that shit.
Oh, I
love it.
The frame's black.
Is it like a professional?
Yeah,
one,
I got it from new. I got it from a store fixture joint. It's been on a boat for 4 months.
Awesome.
But if it works well, then I'm going to buy
itself or like on vacation or like shipping.
I mean, I did send it on vacation to kind of butter it up to see if it wanted to stay with me, and it decided it did. So we're gonna make a.
You're gonna fill me with what?
And and so if that works out, because I got to pick it up later this week, I'm gonna buy 4 more, and then I've taken over another room in the house.
That's awesome. Most people
don't
tell
your family
do that. So
what does your current wife think of this?
I don't have one of those.
Wait, aren't you on your 3rd marriage?
No, I'm not married.
Oh,
this one. My current partner has lasted longer than both of my previous marriages put together times 2.
I thought you were married.
Nah.
Yeah, I thought you were on your 3rd wife.
No, I will be at some point. Don't tell her though.
Yeah. Either way, what does she think of you taking over the?
As long as I keep it clean, then I guess I'm okay. But I don't.
Because at this point, I've annexed the garage, and
the garage is mine.
So I've got the basement, I've got the garage, and then I've got the storage area at my shop, which is.
Yeah, I've got a room downstairs, a room upstairs, the garage, half of the living room now. She has her own office / like her room. And
you've got it in the living room too?
Yeah, that's where these cases, the new cases are going.
Peter, let me ask you a question about this.
Mm-hmm.
As you said, there was a milestone birthday for one of your kids the other day. So as college starts getting closer, are you like, you could go to a school, no, move away for college. Yeah.
I have already told the boy, as punishment, when he leaves for college, that his room is going to be where the Unicron trilogy stuff goes.
Oh, there are worse fates.
Oh,
like you could say that's where that's where the stuff goes.
That's where the Creo goes.
We need to compare notes on Creo. I know you have a lot of pre-production stuff, Rick, but we need to compare notes. We need to touch.
One day we can do that off the air.
Okay.
Why don't we do a Creo flashback?
Nope.
episode?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
No?
Nope. Nope.
Denied.
Nope.
Oof. Round 3. Right? Am I not jumping the gun this time? All right. What do you guys want to do? Do we want to go 4? Phil was ready for 4, and I was like, whoa.
I don't know what time it is, but it's past my bedtime.
Well, this would be round 3.
We've only been on an hour.
We always
we're
do
doing good.
3 rounds. 3 rounds is.
We used to do
what we
4.
No, Rick,
And then a lightning
we
round.
didn't. Yeah. Although my last one won't probably be a lightning, but I did find something to tide me over if we're gonna do 4. So
I can go 5. So
I mean, I can go
Whoa.
20 million if you want to push it, but
well, that's called cut the tape. This is Oof My Wallet. So here I have a very interesting piece that I got from Dell
Oh, yeah.
Computer.
Dude, you're getting a Dell.
I'm getting a
nice.
Dell, dog. Getting a Dell.
Nice. I have been searching for those.
But it's not just a Dell. It's got paperwork for getting a Dell. But it's got a transformer in it.
Nice.
And these
Nice.
are a lot bigger than I thought. Like, this is a much
That is a big
larger,
packaging.
heavier... This paperwork's like a pound itself. So what this is you can see, this is like sort of a... This is a weird promo that Dell did to, like, send to their third-party affiliates or something. It's basically like... It's a promo to, like, use Dell for something. Or use Dell Technologies. And so...
Hey, remember Dell?
Right. And it says,
Right.
like,
That's.
gift enclosed. So there's
We
a
used
guy...
to have cows.
Right. We used to not have stores. And then
That
we
was
made
Gateway had the
stores.
cows.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Gateway.
Gateway.
Oh, is Gateway still a thing? No.
Gateway got bought by, I believe, Hewlett Packard. Yeah, something like that.
Still Dell, like, you know. Fuck has a Dell.
Well, do you guys want to know what this is, or should I move on?
No. Yeah.
Talk about it.
So this guy, like, was posting photos of this in a Facebook group, and I was just like, whoa, that's crazy. What is that? And I just reached out to him and said, can you send me cool pictures of that? I just want to know more. And he kind of gave me the lowdown, and then he got another one because he clearly worked. He clearly worked at a company where they were trying to send these to promote Dell and, like, get them to convert somehow, or it's kind of like an open the door, put your foot in the door kind of thing. And he got another one, and they're just... I don't know if, like, this was a sanctioned transformer thing. Like, if Dell just bought these, Generation Selects and put them in there. Because I have one that's Zatar and one that is Chromar.
Huh. Can you sell me one, please?
Rob, I think you're muted.
is the plastic insert the same?
Yeah, it's just they replaced the cardboard box with this larger cardboard box. And so anyways, I was just, that guy sent me all those photos, and I kind of wrote up some posts about it, and just was like, oh, those are so cool, neat. And then he's like, I don't want these anymore. Do you want them? And I was like, yeah, I really want them. And he's like, well, what do you think about, like, $25 a piece? I was like, yeah.
I'll see if I can make that work.
Well, I mean, honestly, he got them for free, so he's kind of just like giving them away for retail. I don't think he was a big collector. He just kind of like, thought it was cool, and so I was really grateful. I was like, yeah, this is like, I'm the kind of guy that really likes this kind of stuff. So
yeah,
please.
Did you have to ask your wife before spending that type of money on a transformer, or?
I mean, I usually
get there.
Keep it separate. But so that guy was really cool. This is like, I think these are. To someone like me, these are probably worth a lot. I would have maybe paid like, I don't know, I wouldn't have broken the bank by any means, but like probably around $80 a piece, I think, is probably pretty fair for like collectors. Sort of
probably go higher than that even.
Yeah, I mean, if you put it on eBay or something. But I think the guy was just like, hey, I just want to give these to someone that wants them, and it was worth it. But they're heavy. Like, these are heavy boxes. I was shocked when I got it. The box was huge, and the dude packed it better than any collector I've ever seen. Any transaction I've done. So
I'm surprised he didn't just put a shipping label on it. And
Right. I wasn't expecting much. And also
That's
from
right.
The,
they didn't do an Amazon and just put the label on it.
From the pictures, like, you can tell how big this box is supposed to be because you know how big the Generation Selects box is, but it just didn't dawn on me that this was like twice or 3 times as big and heavy. So,
it's an oddity, sure.
Yeah,
how difficult do you think it would be for us to like try and get a hold of someone that works for Dell in marketing, like find someone on LinkedIn and just be like, dude, can you just give me like 5 minutes of your time to tell me like how this thing came about? And like, I would just like to hear that story.
Then you can do that, Phil. Please let us know.
All right.
Yeah.
I
want to report in 2 months on the next OOF My Wallet, and
I'll
you
talk
let us
to
know.
my Dell rep on Monday.
You know how BotCon, the first one, got toys? They just looked at the numbers on the back and started calling and hounded until they got to somebody. It's like, oh, you're interested in our basically dead toy line at this point. That's cool that somebody's interested in it. Hey, we got some toys we'll give you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then here we are. And good luck buying those toys.
Yeah. And now we're all like, screw BotCon. Punch of racists.
It's funny because it's true.
It's sad.
Oh, Phil, follow that up.
Phil,
right.
yeah, follow
So,
up the racist joke.
I have a 3-for-1 right here. Kind of 4-for-1. Not Transformers. And Peter's kind of responsible for this. Because I was talking to Peter about some other 80s toys. And he's like, well, here's a Facebook group if you want to go and join to maybe see if you can get some. And I bought a lot of vintage mask toys in the last week here. Last week or so. Got them in. So got Hurricane with Hondo and his mask inside. And I've got Firefly, and I can't remember Firefly's driver's
Julio
name.
Lopez.
Julio Lopez, yes. And then I got from Split Seconds, I got the Dynamo. Did not have Bruce Sato or the holographic version of Bruce Sato, pilot, driver. But yeah, Mask is something that I enjoyed as a kid. I didn't have a ton of. Basically they're like if G.I. Joe and Transformers had a baby, this is what you get. The transformations are pretty simple. So this turns into like some crazy Mad Max style, tank thing that is pretty freaking sweet. And so this is one of them. This is one of the vehicles that they did a MicroMaster version of in that Galactic Odyssey 6-pack. So yeah, so it does have a little bit more tangential tie to Transformers there. So
I'm really glad they're doing Mask homages in the MicroMasters instead of finishing any of the fucking teams that they started. Thanks, guys.
Well, it's funny because Hasbro has thrown in a few more Mask things in there. They try to have that Mask Renaissance a few years back with that what was it, that 6 or 7-pack that had a Jetfire and the new comic book Matt Tracker. And before that, maybe 5 years before that, they had done a new Matt Tracker in the G.I. Joe line. So they've thrown a few Mask like every 5 years they throw a little Mask homage into something.
I tried really hard to get a Hondo McLean and a Bruce Sato in the G.I. Joe line, and they're like, no, we're doing Quinn. I'm like, well, Quinn's good.
Quinn? Yeah, I don't remember Quinn. I remember they did the Matt Tracker.
Quinn was a character from a half a page of an issue of a comic
from Jaws.
Okay. Not
right,
Quint.
Right. Yeah, it was Quinn from Jaws. Yes, they put him in. It was him versus Sergeant Slaughter. Right.
When they did that we're gonna bring back all these properties. Like, what was it, like Visionaries, and was it Ron in there and all, like that all went nowhere.
The Revolution
that went nowhere. Yep.
And Quinn was there from issue 2 through issue 19. He was there. He was around. And then his son Ghost Bear showed up in the Image comics. Come on, guys. Quinn is awesome.
No, Quinn was a valid figure to make.
Is Quinn a Mask guy?
No,
he's a Joe guy.
He's a G.I. Joe.
Oh, okay.
He never had a toy. He never had a toy before.
He had a toy in the comic packs in 2006, but he had a modern toy taking up a slot around 2012, 13.
Oh, there was an O-ring, Quinn?
Yeah, there's an O-ring wearing the parka, and then the one in the modern line was the one in the jungle shorts.
Yeah.
But yeah, I paid what I thought was a pretty darn good price for all three of these. The guy who sold them to me posted them on this Facebook group, and he's like, "Hey, I'm trying to sell this stuff." And here's the thing I've realized with some of these smaller vintage toy properties is they don't have as large of a fan base. So like the Facebook groups will be like all the fans from across the world. So someone will like post some stuff like, "Hey, I'm selling." It's like, "Oh, cool." Like, "Oh, it's Europe only." You're like, yeah, that's a letdown.
And even if they did ship, you'd pay more in shipping than for the toy itself.
But this guy was in Central Illinois, and he gave me a good deal. And he's like, "Listen, the only reason I bought these was because the guy who was selling them a lot with some Madball toys, and I wanted the Madball toys, so I don't care about the mask stuff." I'm like, "All right, cool. I didn't know there was a vintage Madball collector community, but what do I know? I got some cool mask toys at good prices out of it."
You don't hear that story every day.
No.
Unless you watch this episode over and over and over and over
every day.
and over and over.
Your Groundhog Day is watching this episode again and again.
Oh, it's a fate worse than death.
I couldn't kill myself fast enough.
No, because then you wake up and relive it. And that's the thing. You want to get back to it. You're so excited.
Somebody did a study on Groundhog's Day, and they said that Phil lived for like 132 years. For him to be able to learn all that and do everything that he did and know the town inside and out, he was there for 132 years.
So 365 times 132?
Yeah.
Wow.
That sucks.
Yeah.
And also his track record's really bad.
I've heard conflicting reports. I've heard he's maybe there for like 10,000 years. But like, people, it's one of those mysteries of film people argue about.
We'll find out in Groundhog's Day Afterlife, won't we?
Oh my God! What if they make a crossover?
AKA Palm Springs.
A crossover.
It's you could turn into the truck where they drive off the cliff, and you put
the ghost of Bill Murray from Groundhog's Day is
so.
Phil. What if they just did a Bill Murray like Avengers team? It's like Phil from Groundhog's Day. It's Bob from What About Bob?
You gotta have Bob.
It's Venkman, right? The guy from Stripes.
Yeah.
Right. They're just different versions of.
You got to do one
Bill
of the
Murray.
Wes Anderson Bill Murrays too, at least one.
Steve Zissou.
Yeah. Yes. Definitely.
Yes. And then you do, the Lost in Translation cynical Bill Murray.
So the past few years, I've been going to the town where they filmed Groundhog Day on Groundhog Day because it's not far from Chicago. It's kind of a fun time. You should go.
They get like one or two of the actors.
That's too bad. All right, so it's Rob's turn.
Yeah. So if Phil's, I wasn't sure which one I wanted to go with next, but since Phil had one that Peter made him buy, I'm going to go with one that Phil made me buy.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So as any regular listeners know, I'm a fan of Beast Box, and this is not a Beast Box toy, but it is Voltron that transforms into cubes. And I don't know, that appeals to me is when things transform into basic shapes. So I bought him, and a lot of this stuff came in like in the last week, so it was good timing for the OOF. Like, because I haven't had new Transformers in honestly months, but then all this stuff came in at once. Yeah, he's a Voltron. The transformations aren't what you would expect necessarily. Like they're not like complex or anything, but they weren't. I don't know, just. You play with enough Transformers, you expect certain things, right? Like, oh, I'm going to fold the fist into the arm, that type of crap. And it doesn't do that. It does its own thing. But they make little box-type shapes, and they have a crap ton of extra parts that I've kind of just randomly stuck together so I don't lose them. They make their guns for Lion mode, but really to fill out the box shape of a lot of them, you need to put all those parts on it. But I don't know. It's a fun toy. It's fun to mess with. The Lion modes are kind of janky in proportions, but that's also kind of a Voltron staple, but it's a little more accentuated here. And he's got chrome weapons, and it's nicely made. It's fun to mess with. It's easy to play with. I don't know. It's fun. It's different. I dig
Who
it.
doesn't like Voltron? It looks like he has an upside down cross, like he's like satanic Voltron on his chest.
I'd buy that.
He's really articulated too. The only thing he doesn't have is like an ab crunch. But it's like he even has butterfly joints. I mean, come on. What up with that?
Mm.
He's got it all except ab crunch. So he doesn't have it all. He's got most of it.
Did it cost a lot?
No, it's like $80 or something, for the set.
Is it official or is it like totally third party?
I think it's official.
Thing?
It's made. It's made by, was it Lucky Cat or something like that? I can't remember what was on the thing.
Something like that.
Like it wasn't 52 Toys, which is who does all the Beast Box stuff. And you can tell too, like the plastic's totally different from Beast Box stuff. Like not the saying that one's better or worse than the others, just you can tell
it looks
they're
different.
Yeah, it's very different.
Yeah, that looks a lot
softer.
more matte. Yeah.
Yeah, it's softer. It's more matte. Even the paint, but it's really nice. If you were interested in it, like, oh, I wonder if it's crap or whatever. It's not crap. It's fun and well done. It's very posable. It's fun to mess with.
What would you say it is? Like 12, 14 inches?
I don't know. Here's that with a Mountain Dew can.
Okay.
There,
So it's not. It's obviously it's not gigantic, but it's not an itty bitty toy either.
No, I mean, yeah, you can notice it.
Yeah.
It's a fun one. I noticed that today I was on TF Safari poking around and I saw it there. I was like, what is that? Do I want that? I don't know. So it's neat timing.
Yeah.
See, I have a very nice Voltron. I would say a respectable Voltron collection, spanning the ages, and I don't feel I need that. But now that you say it's official, I kind of feel like maybe I need to reconsider. But
My Voltron collection is small, but
Yes.
I have one of the vintage ones, and then I have one of, like right now I have the 2 Sola Chogakins for the vehicle and the Lions, and then I have the vintage of each of those. I didn't bother with Voltron 3. But, I have those 2, and that's probably good enough for me, and then I have just a couple of other very small random things, and he'll join them shortly.
Lucky Cat Microcosmos MC01 Elvis.
Oh, so maybe it is third party if they didn't call it Voltron. Yeah, I thought it was a branded thing. Yeah.
Morphin Convoy, is that the name? Well, I'm gonna keep it going with non-Transformer stuff. I've got my Target exclusive battle damaged Battle Cat and chrome titty plated He-Man.
And that's Mattel's new, are those the figures that are kind of throwbacks to the original ones where they kind of got the odd proportions, limited articulation and stuff?
Yeah, it's got the odd proportions, but now they're fully articulated.
Yeah, they've improved the articulation. They added elbows and knees and things.
Mattel, we live in a very weird world where we have 3 different He-Man lines on the shelf at the same time. That's not going to last.
Different He-Man cartoons.
Right. That's not sustainable. That's going to implode like the housing market.
It's going to implode, but it's going to be some kids Gen 1, and they're going to fondly remember when all the He-Man was on the stores when we were like 5? It was awesome. There was like the big He-Man, and then the one that was like really exaggerated, and there were like the little Lego-looking dudes. Some kid 20 years from now is going to pine for this time, and good for them.
Yeah, because when he's old enough, he'll be like, all we have is He-Man NFTs.
Yeah, like this is clearly aimed at collectors because of the packaging and the stuff. I mean, a kid would love to play with this, but the packaging style is just harkening back to kids my age.
Yeah, but they also show well for kids, like just walking by. When my son sees those in the store, he's like, "Bah, big, cool, green tiger with armor. What's
big
not to like?"
sexy man."
Yeah,
that's how I thought.
Who's this guy in the underwear?
Right? Can I remove the loincloth?
I want to play with this guy's underwear. And look, he's got some other dude's head that he chopped off in here.
I'm gonna scratch the paint off his crotch. See what's there.
it's crazy. Like when we were kids, we never would have thought, oh, a figure can come with an extra head, and we can
No.
change the head, or we could change the hands on the figure.
Some
No,
of us
we got
disassembled
one
our GI
face.
Joes.
We got one face, and
And we
that was
liked
the
it.
face, and it didn't look anything like the show, and that was it. That was it.
I hate to get on my
Constantly
soapbox.
looked like he was pooping.
I
It
gotta
really
get,
was.
I gotta get on my soapbox for a second because I think that Mattel did a really good job by re-releasing those with the new articulation. I think it's kind of what it's like, the perfect like modern but vintage throwback. And I still think that there's room for Transformers to do that, to get the G1 Optimus Prime that has knees and rotation on the legs. Like it can actually spread his legs and do poses, but it still turns into.
That's all you want from him, isn't it?
Yeah, I just want him to spread his legs.
But at that point, to make
Robosen, spread your legs.
I mean, this is an all new toy. It's an all new toy that's made to look like the original toy.
Well, wait. Let's not.
Called
let's not say
Siege
it's
and
an all-new
Kingdom.
toy. It is the exact there is so much part sharing with Master of the Universe. So yes, it is new compared to the version from the '80s. But Mattel, just like they did with the '80s toy line, is reusing parts like crazy.
Well, just like they did with the classics line too. I mean, they build a buck, they build a set of arms, like those trap jaw legs in classics. They used them like 14 times.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right? No, it's perfectly fine.
You see what's happening here? It's the GI Joe conundrum, where Mattel doesn't quite know what He-Man is. So we're gonna have this kid He-Man. We're gonna have the Lego He-Man. We're going to have the collector He-Man, and then we're going to have the He-Man that's kind of like Super 7, but it's a little different. It's based off the Kevin Smith show. So we got all these different expressions of He-Man in there, and Hasbro's doing the same thing. You know, we got modern figures. We've got O-rings. Fuck it. We're going to do O-rings again. And Super 7's doing things, and we're going to put out 6-inch figures too. It's not sustainable.
I mean, I think that's
not sustainable.
I think that's fine that it's not sustainable. Nothing lasts forever because nothing matters. You know, enjoy it while it's here. I
think the point is pick an expression of the brand and develop it in the hopes of the brand being able to grow from that, rather than like saying, hey, here's 4 different versions of the same guy.
No, I think you want to cash out right now before the people that are buying it. Like, I doubt Peter's story on kids buying much of this. We're all going to die soon, and the corporation isn't going to get any money from us anymore after we're dead. And so it's milk it now while you can, because I think in 10 years, no one's going to want it. You know, or 20 years. And I say not no one, but, you know, I think the market's going to continue to shrink, because what do people want now? It's obviously much more into video games and
NFT.
electronics.
In
I
10
don't know what
years
NFTs
from now,
are.
Neither do
I'll
I.
Google
in 10 years, Harley Quinn Smith is going to be doing Masters of the Universe Revolutions.
What's Harley Quinn Smith?
That's Kevin Smith's daughter.
That's Kevin Smith's
Oh,
daughter.
okay.
She's going to be doing a whole new He-Man series, and then they'll be on their 5th director who walked away from the live-action film. It's so...
Some parents somewhere is buying their kids the entire whatever line they pick, whether it's edgy He-Man or kid He-Man or retro He-Man or Lego He-Man. Some kid somewhere is getting his brain filled because his mom and dad loved He-Man.
And you know what he's saying? He's like, stop trying to live vicariously through me, Dad. I don't care. I want to go do some Minecrafts and some Among Us.
I want to go to college so you can make my room the Armada room.
Kids don't play Minecraft anymore.
He's like, Dad,
Yes,
the guys
they do.
on TFYLP are talking about us again.
Lucy plays Minecraft constantly.
They do TikTok now. My daughter uploads more video. I think she's uploaded more videos to YouTube in the last week than the entire TFYLP network has combined.
My daughter asked if she could make a YouTube channel, and we're just like, fuck no. The end. We're saving you embarrassment later. Trust me. I know. I've put videos on the internet. It's not a good idea.
And we like
this isn't a good idea. We're doing it. But
nothing matters.
Well,
nothing matters.
Nothing matters.
Phil, thank you for the oof, taking us a little trip down memory lane. with the mask. What is next?
That was
Peter's turn.
Oh, it's me. I got a box today, and I didn't know what the hell was in it. And inside it was a pair of these, and I didn't know what the hell this was. So I had to look up while we were sitting here on Amazon and see what the hell it is. Apparently, it's Jackpot.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Open it.
Oh!
Let me go get a plate. You guys talk about mask or whatever for a second. I'll be right back.
Oh.
Yeah, I really want to see how your jackpot head looks.
He's got a jackpot.
I heard those were shipping, and I canceled a lot of them because I ordered a lot of them. But I was just like, I don't want that jackpot. So
yeah,
that's the only one I bought.
I think the club's still trying to sell all their jackpots too. So
I'm excited for
I'm
Puffer,
in it for Action Master homages.
All eyes on me, I guess.
I am all about the Puffer because I love that they did that Mexican or that mini bot rarity. It's so cool.
I love I love the deep cut that is, but I just couldn't bring myself to buy it. I love that it exists. But I don't know. I think
I like the mold a lot, and I like the colors.
you're gonna regret not having that, Rob.
I like all of
I'm not gonna.
Oh, you are.
Woo, there it is.
Ooh,
It is
that's a nice. Is that a new packaging design? Oh yeah, that is.
No, we've seen that, or we saw it advertised because they all go together.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it really poorly fits together into a circle with
One of them,
crud around it.
A golden pizza.
and one of them like the size completely different or something.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't match.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Remember Thrilling 30, whatever it was. It doesn't
30-ish.
Thrilling,
Doesn't matter.
30-ish.
matter.
I would
Peter's making a
recommend.
face.
Anna had pointed out to us in a chat that if you go to the Amazon pages for these, there's actually story pages with them, and they tell a little story that uses the characters that, it takes you 2 minutes to read it, and it's kind of neat. It's just neat that somebody put some effort into it. Ignore the typos.
Meanwhile, like some marketing copywriter is like, wait, the stuff I worked like for a week on, you're burying it in the Amazon description?
Yeah.
It's fine.
How many proofs did you make me go through with that?
Poor life decisions.
Oh,
There he is.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little wonky. It is a little wonky.
It's a little wonky, but it's not terrible. I can forgive it.
Yeah.
What I like less.
Small.
Yeah, I like the fact that it's jazz less. They should have done some sort of retooling.
Oh, I like how they color coded the twist ties.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna give that a big oof, not in the usual sense, but because that's cool to see it for the first time.
That's an oaf.
That's an oh baby. Oh baby.
But I am glad that Action Masters are getting love finally. And it even comes with sights, which makes me happy. I bought a spare Taraxodon or whatever so that I could cut it and swap the head around with the original Action Master, make it a little bit more articulated, a little bit more accurate, and then just leave this one in the package forever. And we'll see how far I get with that.
What's the bully kid in Toy Story? Is it Sid? Was that his name?
Sid, yeah.
Yeah, Peter, you're the adult version of Sid.
Oh yeah, the closet up in the Gen 1 room is nothing but mangled toys. There's a box of mangled Joes on the other side of this room. Where it's like, I started a project, abandoned it. Cool.
Are you going to finish any of them?
No, I started a new project to distract me from the lack of progress on that project.
Mm-hmm.
I see no flaw in this at all.
I like the way you think.
I'm feeling bad about something. Let's do something new.
What?
Huh?
What?
Huh?
Where?
Who's next?
Paul, it's your turn.
We're done.
It's my.
You can be done.
We're on round. This is the end of the third round.
That was third round.
Holy.
Starting round
I
4.
definitely got one more thing.
Holy.
I got one more.
Well, can I pass? Or, fine.
Considering,
I'll just
you
go.
can pass.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
you
just
can
go.
pass.
All right, we all know what you want to show, so just show the.
Just show it.
All right. Well, I got a Generation Select Sandstorm. I was really excited
You're an
to
asshole.
get this.
You are an
That's
asshole.
not.
I think that's
not what you wanna
incorrect.
show.
Well,
Just show what you want to show.
I did get this.
Show everyone how big your dick is. Go ahead.
I got this.
Go ahead.
It's not a dick show. It's a piece of history show. But I got this because I got something else that I wanted to see what it looked like compared to.
By the way, this is the whole reason we're even having this episode.
Let me just get my ruler out.
So this is something you probably haven't seen in a while, or ever. This is an actual sample of G2 Sandstorm, and it has basically hand cut stickers, paper stickers that are kind of for. These are basically samples to show what the finished product would look like, and it's really well put together. It's really well painted. They definitely took it apart, painted it, put it back together, attached the stickers, and you can see how the ones on the fuselage, if you will, they don't quite wrap around perfectly, but that's okay. But these are supposed to simulate what the final piece would have looked like. Some of these might have been tampos. Something I found interesting was that, see how the Decepticon symbol is like a desert color, and it's on only one wing,
and it says Ramjet.
Well, on the side it does.
Yeah, Ramjet right here. He's sitting inside the cockpit.
Oh.
It's got an arrow pointing to him even.
But like on the back, it's just that there's asymmetrical sticker usage, which is kind of cool. So, anything else you want to see before I?
Yeah, the nose cone stickers, the ones that don't wrap around. Go ahead and peel that and reset it for me. I want it to look better.
Oh,
peel it off.
I like that the eyes are creeping over it. I know it's not intentional.
Can you
but it's like,
open the canopy?
It looks like sludge. It looks like sludge in the movie when he gets bonked.
the can of peas.
I actually held the original packaged art for that in my hands.
Hey,
that's cool.
I had a sample of it at some. Not myself. I handled a sample of it at some point at Whizbang Toys in Orlando.
If you can get the, I'm sure you can. It's still on Amazon. I'm sure the G1 art book that has all that old art plus all the G2 canceled art. For us plebs, it's awesome.
Just wanted to show
a lot.
How many of those samples exist, do you think?
This particular one, I don't know. I mean, I bet there's more than one, but this is the first time we've seen one that has the stickers.
I would guess there's at least 3.
I have no idea how many of those they make. What they do.
But that's not really why I got this set. Because it's a set. There was another one that came with it. And the reason I got it was to get Black Death Starscream. Which
that's interesting because that's the first time I've seen it called Black Death. It's always
a sample
called
online that has it's less quality. It's a preamble to this before they did it this quality, but you can see if they drew Black Death on the front sticker.
Because I had the artwork for that one in my office too, and it was called, I think, Night Scan Starscream or Night Attack Starscream.
Yeah, so there's kind of a few different iterations of this. There's Jungle Attack Starscream, there's Night Attack Starscream, Black Death. I mean, we don't know this. Black Death is a fan term because it says Black Death on the sticker. I think this was probably supposed to be Night Attack Starscream.
I feel like Night Attack had a much better chance of actually being a name of a toy that would actually get released as opposed to Black Death.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a green tank that was released in Gen 2 and it said Big Stick on it. I don't think that was going to be Big Stick Megatron.
True. So just again, there's the asymmetrical stickers on it, which is kind of cool. It's just that's not normal for Transformers. And so this just kind of shows where G2 was really gonna go before they kind of cut it. They were kind of. I mean, this was the 90s, right? So
and that's weird because G2 at that point was new molds, and so you're going back to G1 reissues, and there was a whole bunch of other G1 reissues that were intended. The other 2 Dinobots, Mirage. A whole bunch of guys.
See, but this was
more side swipes, more Grimlocks.
The rest of the Stunicons. I mean, the Stunicons in general for mass release.
Stunicons, Protectobots.
Yep.
Yeah.
But this was fairly recently post Desert Storm. I could kind of see them doing Black Death Starscream. Like there was a little bit of a bloodlust going on back then.
Well, that's my.
All right.
That's my.
So
oof.
did you win?
Well, that's
feel
the
you
big
won
oof. I think we
Transformers?
should end it right there because that's the big oof. We all saw that. That was the.
You
genie
can go to
ball.
bed if you need to go to bed
Well, some of you guys had
instead
some
of
more
trying to
stuff.
make us.
No, I mean I've got something pretty amazing to show. So, I just don't want to. Paul felt he needed to show everyone how big he is.
No.
I'm about to put him to shame.
Great. Let me
fine.
remind everybody that this show is not a competition. It's.
But that's how you. That's what you turned it into. So I'm
What
gonna let
am
Phil
I supposed
go,
to do?
and
Not
I'm gonna
show
let
that?
Rob go, and then I'm gonna show you why I'm Rick.
Okay.
This is all in Rick's head. It's a competition for him.
You know what?
Yes.
I'm just gonna skip Phil and Rob right now.
Okay.
I knew that was going to happen.
Okay.
Wow.
This is why the fourth round is a bad idea.
I
No,
knew
it's
you
a good
were gonna bring
idea,
this out.
but Rick is tired and he wants to show off his toy and then go to bed. We
Show
need some
it.
caffeine.
Show it.
Show me what you got.
Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, it is not for sale. Please
But
do
is
not
it for
contact
sale?
me.
I really hope this is
But
something dumb.
I've got the Trunk or Treat Transformers.
You
can
did not
decorate
disappoint.
The back of your minivan with
Boom.
Evergreen Optimus and Bumblebee,
I'm legitimately jealous.
and I'm not going to tell you where I got it because I don't want anyone else to own it.
Marshalls,
So
Ross,
do
TJ
not-
Maxx, Burlington.
Do not look on Amazon because it's not there.
Wink.
But I guarantee you I'm the only person in the cast who owns this. So you know what, Paul?
You got it.
You can take your little Night Attack Jihad Starscream, Desert Doom, Ramjet, and whatever the fuck else you got.
Ain't got
Your-
nothing on.
Your
Yes.
your Air Strife thrust, because I've got the Trunk or Treat Transformers gift set.
I
And
gotta
20
bow
years
down.
from now, this is going to be worth at least double what I paid for it.
5s of
1999.
dollars.
due to inflation.
That's funny.
So you know what? That's how it is.
Are you dropping the
So-
mic after that one?
That's the bottom line, because Rick Sanchez said so.
So
Sanchez.
is it
I'm sorry, Rick Alvarez said so. I'm getting
Is it-
turned around.
is it insulated so that like when your wife gets tired of you taking all the crap, you can wrap yourself in that to keep you warm while you're sleeping outside
You're living in the garage.
Why I live in my van?
down by the.
No, are you gonna live in the UFO out back?
No, I don't live in the UFA. I think it's great that this has the costumes. This was going to show where the line was going to go. They were going to do other things and make costumes out of these.
Oh, they did make costumes, because I almost bought one of those for my son.
Yeah. So.
Oh wow, you hate your kids. It's that
right.
kind of show.
This is
He chose
Cap-
Kylo Ren instead.
this is Captain Optimus right here.
And
next-
Kid Bumblebee.
Right. Kid B.
Now next to that is I'm going to get beat up in school, Bumblebee.
Right. This is a 14-year-old dressed up as Optimus Prime, trying to do his last trick or treat. So, yeah, and this is soccer. This is a soccer mom's van because you can tell
Uh-oh.
it's not damaged.
Oh!
Only on this
Peter brings
show
the heat.
will you see such gems on the same screen at the same time.
What a world we live in.
I have the little ones on the hang tabs too, but they're in a tote.
Well,
All right, Phil, you got to follow that up.
Well, so Paul's
Well-
thing that he said was so great. It's like, I think there's 3 of these that exist. Well, there's only one of this that exists, and I'm the only person that owns it. It is a piece of Transformers art. It is a Barry Kittson Megatron.
Old man
So,
Megs.
Yeah. Barry Kittson is a fairly well-known comic book artist. Has done a ton of work for DC and some stuff for Marvel, but more so probably DC. He's done some creator-owned book called Empire, which is another one he's pretty well known for. I've been a big fan of Barry Kittson's work since Justice League Year One from like the late '90s, I want to say, is when I got into his stuff. And then he does the comic book convention circuit a decent amount. I was shooting the breeze with him one year at a convention as he was doing a sketch for me, and not this sketch, a Martian Manhunter sketch. And I don't know how we got onto Transformers because he was like, yeah. One of my first gigs was drawing Transformers for Marvel UK. And it's like, I hated it. I hated drawing them. I hated drawing Grimlock. I can't stand drawing the robots. He really hated the humanoid robot look. They weren't quite robots. They weren't humans. But as a young artist, he's like, it was taking the work, but I really didn't enjoy it. And then this year he was doing some warm-up sketches, and he takes suggestions in his Facebook group of what characters to do for warm-up sketches. He's like, yeah, I haven't done a Transformer in probably decades. Let me tackle one again. And he supposedly enjoyed doing this. And normally the person who suggests the character gets first tabs at buying the piece of art. And that person turned it down. And I just happened to be on Facebook at the right time and was able to snag this at a pretty darn good price for a piece of original artwork here. So, yeah, it's one of a kind. It's not published. It's pencils and then watercolors with the background, and maybe I don't think there's any marker in there. I think it's just pencils and watercolor. No even markers or inks. And so I'm a big fan. It's the coolest neck I've ever seen in a drawing there. So I very much enjoy this piece. So
I like it.
It gives me vibes of Alex Milne doing Megatron Origins, like earlier Milne stuff. It kind of makes me
Early
feel
Milne or Asian EJ Sue. He did a lot of the neck gears and pistons on people.
Yeah. It's not a normal take that you see on Transformers, where a lot of artists kind of smooth it out. They make everything sort of the G1 style, where it's just like, here's sort of a box and everything's going to be in a box shape. This is very much not boxy. You could even say it's somewhat like a hodgepodge of G1 and Bay, with all the gears and pistons in that too. So I'm a big fan of this piece. So I've been waiting to show this off for a little while. I've had this for a couple months. I showed Rick a picture of it over at TFCon, and I'm very, very happy to have acquired this.
I know a guy that can frame that for you.
Yeah, no, I know a guy that needs money to pay for a frame. So if that guy who needs money to pay for a frame can get money, then maybe if I just stop buying toys for a little bit, but that won't happen.
It's cool to see someone.
You could always trade me.
It's cool to see someone, a creative that isn't balls deep in Transformers, do a Transformer, because they do things that we wouldn't. They kind of take leaps that other people wouldn't. And don't fall onto the tried and true. I don't know, not the things that work.
Tropes.
I guess the visual tropes, the things that we know work for Transformers. Because that you couldn't draw a whole comic with that character design and do it justice, because it's just too much, But it's very cool to see it. It's like concept art for a style of Transformers that doesn't exist yet.
I think one of the other things that I like about this is that this guy likes to try out different stuff with the warm-up sketches. I'm a big fan of buying artists' warm-up sketches, and this is pretty common for artists to do like a 20, 30-minute sketch at the beginning of the day, just to kind of stretch out. Maybe they're working on a book and they want to do something different than what they're drawing in that book. And so, you'll commonly get artists, who will sell their warm-up sketches because, they spend a decent amount of time on it. 20, 30 minutes on a piece, is about what they'd spend, or sometimes more than what they spend on a convention commission piece. So, you typically can get some good deals if you can get your hands on them. But artists will try out new techniques, like techniques that they haven't done before that they're not doing on their current book, because they're trying things out. So you can get some pretty unique characters. You can get some new art styles that they've done, and so yeah, this artist, I'm a big fan of his work. I'm a big fan of obviously the character, and a super big fan of this piece. And it's unique, even considering his normal artwork. That's a unique piece. So yeah,
Very nice.
I'm happy to have it.
3 thumbs up.
Gracias.
You might want to have a doctor look at that.
You know what the third thumb is.
Your big toe?
Rob, are you going last?
Wait,
no, and then
Peter will be last.
Yeah, Peter.
All right, I'll go
Peter's
with this.
like, I showed you my Halloween costumes.
Please respond.
Please clap.
I showed you my Optimus. Please respond.
This just came in yesterday. I haven't even had a chance to transform it yet. It's a bigger one, Kyle. It's Planet X's Grimlock.
Oh,
Very
that's
nice.
Yes. No, it is not out.
Damn.
But I'm holding up a printed cutout of it. Yes. It's huge.
You got to put the red hands on that thing.
I just realized this came with red hands in the box at 30 minutes ago while we were talking. I was like, oh, hey, there's something in there. I probably will because they look cool. Yeah. He's a big boy. My arm's getting a little tired. The die cast is in weird spots. I don't know exactly where all it is, but the shoulder thingies are definitely die cast. I think these just this part around the thigh is die cast. Normally if something isn't fully die cast, they put it in the feet or in the legs, to give it that centering weight. But I think the kneecaps are die cast. Don't quote me on this stuff though. But it's it's heavy and that the weight feels up high, and I think it's more than the shoulders. I just don't know what it is. Like I said, I haven't transformed it yet. I did kind of test the waters and feel some stuff around. I think it's a very standard Grimlock transformation. It looks like it's dino heads on the back. The shell pieces are here. They're going to fold up. The hands fold in. He's got these huge chonking feet hanging off his forearms. The legs look like they do everything since Masterpiece Grimlock, wowed us with it. The tail's going to be in there. So it looks like pretty typical stuff, and Planet X stuff is usually quite good and pretty, good transformations. I don't think this is going to be any different. But it's a piece. It is in a good way. It's attention grabbing. When I opened up, I was like, oh, holy crap.
Wow.
It's super nice.
Very nice.
It's got finish. It's finished or painted all the way over, and it really pops. And I don't know if I'm getting across how freaking huge this thing is. Here's Acoustic Soundwave held at about the same height, and he towers over it. And obviously he's just way more massive. He's just a big chonkin' boy. I don't know. I'm really impressed. And the head sculpt looks so good. I can do the thing that it's a TFYLP staple of look at the cool head as it's a blurry mess, right? You got to do it. We have to do it. But yeah, look at some pictures online. The head sculpt is super awesome. Just, I don't know, captures it really well. Accessory-wise, he doesn't come with a lot. I don't know that he needs anything else, though. He's got his big flaming sword, which is really oddly colored and honestly kind of scuffed looking. It's one color in the middle and the light reflects really odd in it. It's a neat piece.
It's like a prism.
Yeah, almost. And then, of course, he's got his gun. It's a Grimlock gun, yay! And red hands, as Rick pointed out, which is a nice bit to swap. But I don't know. I think anybody that was in for this is going to be happy when they get it. It's
how much?
I don't know where I'm going to put it. It's like $200 now. If you got in on some earlier pre-orders, you could have got it a little cheaper. But yeah, I don't know where I'm going to put it because I have two, kind of 2.5 IDW shelves and they're already full. So I'm going to figure something out.
Have you? I mean, who would you scale him against? Because that
MMC and Planet X IDW stuff.
Okay,
Yeah,
but even then, those characters that they've done so far, I don't remember Grimlock interacting with them that much. So it's hard to say. I was going to ask who he scales against, and I don't know. Carnifex he's small. He's probably smaller than Carnifex, right?
Yes, he is.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, like I don't have Carnifex down, and he's behind a couple of toys as well. But like, I would guess Carnifex probably comes up to here,
Okay.
something
Okay.
like that. Man.
So he's probably what, like second biggest IDW Transformer?
No, I think Tortor or the brown one. I blanked on his name. I think those are probably.
Oh, okay. The other
Yeah.
DJD, the big
Yeah.
DJD guys.
But like this is gonna brain somebody if you hit them with it. The MMC ones, I love them. I'm so glad they exist, but they're all plastic all the way throughout.
Yeah.
You know, and they're very simple transformations. They don't have a ton of parts comparatively. Yeah, there's old Carnifex. Yeah, like MMC had their own Grimlock for a while, and then Planet X was like, oh, this is near production, and MMC's like, we just don't even need to bother. Because not only does this one look so good, it looked way better than the MMC one did anyways. So yeah, given that MMC seems to be slowing down the IDW stuff, I'm glad that Planet X is, filling in some of those gaps.
Because I think Planet X is like, yeah, we can't do any more of the PlayStation games.
Yeah. Like, I don't think their last stuff is sold well, and y'all were talking about it Monday as well, that how much of the Planet X stuff went on discount, and then deeper discount, and then big ultimate mega discount. Even though they're good toys.
Yeah.
That's just, they made more than the demand was there, I guess. Hopefully they didn't lose money.
Well, yeah, and the source material they were using got to be older and older and less relevant.
We're talking about IDW homages here, so let's not throw any stones.
That's the new stuff. Yeah. No, that's cool.
So if you need your Roche redesign or Milne Touch Grimlock, then this is your only option, because with the MMC one canceled, this is it.
Yeah,
you're probably not going to get another crack at it.
No, and I don't know how accurate it is. It obviously has a lot of stuff from it, but like if you Google IDW Grimlock, you get a bunch of different images, and none of them are very obvious, and they're all different designs anyways, but like it feels like it's from that, which sometimes
it's very close.
Yeah, I'm glad that if nothing else, it's an awesome piece. Like it's a great looking toy, so you're not going to be disappointed. It doesn't look complex. It looks fun. So
from what I've seen of when I saw it at TFCon, both heads look like they're taken right from the page. The dinosaur head and the robot head.
The dinosaur head is so awesome. This thing is just there's so much character in it. Yeah. I really love it, and it's got this awesome tongue in there. It has this. Let's get you open, big guy. The joints are pretty stiff in here. He's got this big silver. Like it's not articulated, but I mean you can move it inside there. But it's not like the tongue itself has joints, but that's cool. It's both metal and slimy at the same time. It's just, I don't know. Both head sculpts are amazing, and just tons of character in them. They really knocked it out of the park.
All right, well, guys, I would love to see Peter's thing, and then I would like to see whatever he's going to show later. But my battery is about to die, so it's a logistical issue for me. So I'll say good night a little early.
Good night, Rick.
See you, Rick.
See you.
Good night, Rick.
I think when Rick says his battery's dying, he means his personal battery. He's tired and needs to recharge. I understand it.
I'm at 6%. God damn it!
You can do the Seinfeld style. See how far past E you can go.
That's about as far.
Yeah. I like how tonight we've talked about our excitement over robot necks and robot tongues.
I mean, he's running the challenge against Kiss Player's Megatron.
True.
That was Legion. That wasn't Megatron.
Correct again.
Technicality.
No.
So
like
what do you got,
Jay
Peter?
Balvin is not Soundwave.
This is true. Okay, this is something I've been waiting on for a million billion years, and I got the last piece to it, so I've been futzing with it all week. I got DX9's Attila.
Oh,
damn!
Nice.
They're big, giant, cartoon-ish Menosaur. I've had the 4 Limbots for a long time, and I had to dig them out of because I'm not unpacked from my move still, and I won't be for another 6 years or so. And So I got the Motormaster components. I've been playing with that at work, and it's pretty cumbersome to have on my desk at work. So I brought them home and put put all the limb dudes on, and those legs dudes don't stay on for anything. And
that's sad.
Yep, that sucks, but that's okay. Because once he's on the shelf, he's not going to go anywhere or do anything. He's just going to stand there and be my friend.
Is it? So that's disappointing. Is transforming it still fun? Though
transforming Motormaster's a lot of fun. The limbs each have some quirks, but they're not like hard or it doesn't feel like I'm going to break anything. They're just like I got to think about it.
Do you have any of the other third-party Menosaurs?
I have the Gen 2 version of. So far, everything has been released for the XTB one, and I have the first 3 for the Fans Toys one.
Okay, and how would you rate this guy compared to the other ones?
Well, this one combines.
Oh, that's.
So take that, Fans Toys.
Yeah.
In your face, everybody else. The XTB one
combines.
I know, but I don't have the Gen 2 trailer, so I can't really. I can't speak to that yet. I don't have experience with it. And cool. I'm looking forward to it. And that one I'm going to combine it once and then take it back down because I want a Gen 2 Stunticon set fighting my Gen 2 Autobot dudes like my Sideswipe and my Bumblebee and my Watermelon Gator Mirage and Fansabi Gunfighter.
Do we think DX9 is going to finish their G2 set?
Yes.
They will?
Wait,
like
XTB?
No, DX9.
Oh. No.
Yeah, I'm sad that DX9's out of the game. I always thought their designers were generally really good, and competition is good. And I bought the breakdown of that set because I kind of like G2 breakdown. I wasn't super impressed with it. I mean, I thought it was all right. The colors are great. It didn't feel like it was as nice as most of DX9 stuff as far as engineering goes. And I don't have a ton of it, but what I do have I think is usually really good. But I still was kind of like tempted to get the whole G2 set from them. And then the drama happened, and it's like, maybe I'll just stick with breakdown.
All of the bots capture that season 3 animation stick where they're like just really plain robot modes, really like just not like plain, like they're not detailing anything. Great car modes, but the robots are like really just, hi, I'm a dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. So it works in that regard, but is it as intricate or as pretty as the Fans Toys versions? No. They're big.
Which may or may not ever combine.
Right. But I'm not buying the Fans Toys version to combine. I started out with the intent of this one's the one that's combined and up on the shelf, and the other one's the one that's kind of spread out, hanging out with my season 3 guys. I know they showed up in season 2, but they're 86 toys, so for me, they go in season 3.
I just sort of love the post TFCon comments and all the different groups of like the third party panel. Like, did they show off the other Aerobots or other Stunticons? Like, no, they did not.
And then you've got the Doomsayers and the Eternal Hopefuls, So
yes, yeah.
Hey, I'm still waiting for Fans Project Shattered Glass Technobots.
Oh,
there's only 3 left.
Only 3 left.
By the way, Lucas is still watching because he is commenting silly stuff like DX9 is new age. Thanks for hanging in there, Lucas. You want to come in? You can join.
He's been tempted by that Grimlock for a while. I know it's obviously expensive, but I also do think in this economy, you get your money's worth. So.
I kind of really want Lucas to get it because Lucas is pretty good about then selling off stuff. So maybe Lucas buys it, and then 2 years later, I'll buy it off of him.
Make sure you let him know ahead of time if you want the package or something, though, Lucas.
I'm going to end up having. I might have an extra one. That might can sell a little cheaper than what you can get there, just because I had it pre-ordered at the cheaper price, and then I forgot I had that. And I bought it from Show Z at the current price. And when it shipped, I realized, wait a minute. And I went to my spreadsheet that I track all this crap. And I have literally 2 lines just when I had scanned it for where's my Planet X stuff because it was the only thing I had on there. I just had missed it. Like even my attempts.
I might buy it.
Oh, no, I did. Dib.
Oh,
Dibbity dib dib.
sure.
Dib.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. Don't. I'm not going to call dibs. This would be like couple years from now before I would have the budget for that.
All right, well, I'll talk to you, Peter, then.
I'm gonna have an IDW shelf in the next 4 or 5 years. It's gonna be somewhere over there.
Nice. All right, you got any other stuff, Paul?
Nah, I think we're toast.
I have one last one.
Sure.
Yeah, it's going to be very quick. X-Transbots Lock version 2.
Hey,
Very infamous toy. The short version is the transformation sucks. Fans Toys Coot also sucks. Neither of them are good. This one though I think looks better, so that's what'll win since both of them aren't fun to play with. And the version 2, at least, I found the quality to be really nice. So there's that. The V1, had a bunch of issues with people. I mean, I took my time. I did do it without instructions, for better or worse. Emphasis on worse, but it was a nightmare. It's not a fun toy. I still think I like it better than Jabber though. So there is that.
I still have to open my Jabber.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. My season 3 movie guys are
How many third-party cups are there?
2. Well,
3.
there's a Toy World one that no one talks about because it's garbage.
It's the worst.
It's
So
almost
there's
as
4.
bad. It's worse than their RC. Than the Toy World RC.
Leia?
So what's the 4th?
Oh, didn't you guys? You said, I don't know.
No, there's Fans Toys, X-Transbots.
Are you considering the 2X Transbots, Paul?
Well, yeah, because if you said that's the second one, like that counts.
Oh,
as
no.
2.
So
It's the same.
V1 came out earlier this year and had a bunch of quality issues, and they blamed the factory. So they did another run at he said his own factory with like some very minor molding tweaks that like you'd have to have them both in hand to find the differences, type of thing. Just to fix up a couple areas that were heavy on breaking. That's all.
Well, then there actually are 2. 2 different versions.
Yeah, if you were wanting a cup that looks better, I think this fits the bill. I don't think it's a piece of junk. It's just not fun. You don't want to play with it, really. Yeah, and it's one of those too. Like even on paper, it's not that bad. It's like, oh, you put the head through here, the arms go here, and you put the legs here. Like, but every single thing is like the tolerances are. You got to move plastic past plastic, and you kind of got to shove it around. There's not enough clearance just the entire time, and that's what ruins it. The overall steps aren't that bad, but it's just when you actually go to do it, it's like, oh, we'll swing that out. Okay, that's a nightmare to swing out. I think I'm going to break it. So better or worse than Fuzz? I don't have Fuzz, Ron, because X-Transbots went from like my favorite company to really sullying their favor with me with the trailer nonsense, where like, and then like the add-on parts was an add-on when every time they showed it as part of it. So like that pissed me off, and then the trailer sucked so hard. And then they won't tell us how they're going to do the rest of the releases for the Protective Bot. So I said, I'm not going to go with you then. You won't tell us what your plan is. And then Fuzz Reviews came out and it looked miserable. So I'm going MMC for Protective Bots. If they do G2, X-Transbots does G2, maybe I'll do it, but I'll probably pick it up late, like after it's done, if it's, if they're available and, still around retail. But I don't feel very motivated. So it'll be a convenience thing if I ever pick that up. Yeah. That is it for me now. I am actually done. Those are all the Transformers I've gotten in a long time.
Kingdom Core Hot Rod just leaked. Finally, the last Kingdom toy.
Core? That's the tiny class, right?
Yeah. So he'll be at
He's
what?
just a little guy.
He'll be at Ollie's in about 18 months. We'll never see him in retail.
No, it's going to be in Legacy too. So.
So the one in Kingdom packaging we'll see at Ollie's in 18 months.
Yeah.
I gotta make plans. I gotta make notes and say when it was supposed to come out. And
You got to set a calendar event.
Yep. Start checking Burlington in August of 2024.
Well, I'm done. I don't know if anybody else wanted to go.
Done here.
Oh, I finished.
Did you? Well, and I think that wraps up this edition of Oof.
My
Forever Destron.
Yeah, close enough. Oof, my forever Destron, coming soon in 2022, hosted by Peter Chavez, the Destron himself.
Oh no.
We won't hold him to that, but thank you for watching. We lost.
What's gonna happen?
Rick.
What's gonna happen next? Another oof for the Shattered Glass issue 2.
The show will not end until you stop interrupting me. That is what will happen,
Okay.
Phil. We have book club coming this week. I don't know what's happening. Someone, Zaldron or someone knows. Just show up at Discord on Sunday and hang out with all the
Titans
folks.
Return.
It's
Titans Return.
Titan Return.
The Titans Return one shot.
Revolutions and the weird.
They're going to be watching iCarly reruns, so just join in for that.
Aren't they? Haven't they read the Scololi Optimus or Transformers versus GI Joe? I don't know. I'm tired. Thanks everybody. Rob, Peter, Phil, Rick. We'll miss you, Rick, since you don't have any
Rest
battery.
in peace.
Rest in
Thanks
peace.
to everybody who was in the chat.
Yeah,
Catherine,
yeah,
Lucas,
we don't need
Ron,
we don't need to name them
Zaldron.
every time. They're not
Why?
Because they're not really in the show. They're just friends.
They're our
we
friends and they
appreciate
listen to us. We appreciate it.
Transformatics. Yeah.
I think Cassetticon Toon is new. I don't know who that is.
Thanks for coming, Cassetticon Toon. We're out. Peace.
Night.